Hi and welcome to MTG Manuscript. Today we are in day 9 of the spoilers from Journey into Nyx, and today's episode will be a damn long one as there are tons of cards being spoiled today. So let's start off with our God Hunter Octopus, our 5/5 creature for 6 mana. So what it does is it can't attack unless defending players controls an enchantment or an enchanted creature. So yeah, pretty much limited bomb only. So yeah, that's all you get for your octopuses. Another interesting card maybe with to act along with Whelming Wave is that the card that returns all creatures except octopuses, krakens, and leviathans. Yep. So your God Hunter Octopus, your first common card being spoiled if I'm not wrong. And let's move on to our next card, which is the Fonts. And we have all the fonts being spoiled. We'll start out with Font of Fortunes, our blue enchantment for 2 mana, and you can pay 1 generic and 1 blue. Sacrifice Font of Fortunes and you draw 2 cards. This is a very good card in my opinion. It is slightly better than Divination, although Divination is 3 mana for 2 cards. This is in total 4 mana for 2 cards, but it is a 2 mana on second drop, and the next 2 mana is at instant speed, so pretty nice. And with all these low mana costing enchantments, it works very well with the team in Tyros block. It works very well with Eidolons of Countless Battles. It works well with Eidolon of the Blossoms, that you can draw card whenever enchantment comes into play. So yeah, pretty much Font of Fortunes is a very good card draw mechanics for blue. And next up we have our Font of Fertility. Is only 1 green mana cost. It's kind of dirt cheap for a land search, and you can pay 1 generic and 1 green, sacrifice Font of Fertility, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap and shuffle your library. Yep, so again, it works very well with Eidolon of Countless Battle. Is only 1 mana casting. With this in play, Eidolon of Countless Battle is +1/+1. Yep, so pretty nice enchantment for the green deck here. Font of Fertility, I think we will see play in standard for this card, and Font of Fortunes. And next up we have our Font of Ire. Is that how you pronounce it? I have no idea, but it is our enchantment for 1 generic and 1 red. You can pay 3 and 1 red, sacrifice Font of Ire. It deals 5 damage to target player. This card is extremely bad. Yep, I have nothing to say, but this card is extremely bad. Playing red deck, getting to 4 mana, getting 4 lands is not that often in the first place, and it is basically a dead card in. So next, Font of Return, we have our enchantment for 1 generic, 1 black. You can pay 3 and 1 black, sacrifice Font of Return, and return up to 3 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Not sure whether you'll see standard play pretty slow, but it is very good in EDH maybe. An enchantment that just returns creature back to your hand is not bad. So yeah, there you go, Font of Return. And the last font that we have for the white is Font of Vigor, our enchantment for 1 generic and 1 white mana. You can pay 2 and 1 white, sacrifice Font of Vigor, you gain 7 life. Yep, it is essentially a 5 mana to gain 7 life. I would think this is okay. It is not bad in limited as well. Getting 7 life is a huge advantage in limited play. And yeah, pretty nice card, but I don't think you'll see standard play. Let us know what you think of all the fonts card in the comments section below, and let us move on to the next card being spoiled, which is Desperate Stand, our sorcery card for 1 red and 1 white with Strife, and it costs 1 red and 1 white more to cast for each target beyond the first. Any number of target creatures each get +2/+0, gain first strike and vigilance until end of turn. So yep, there you go, your Desperate Stand. Quite a good card in my opinion. +2/+0 is already good by itself. The ability to strive for 2 or 3 of your creatures to get that ability is good. And on top of that, you get first strike and vigilance until end of turn. So basically, you can just swing in and not worry about that you have to block next turn. A lot of value in just one card itself is basically you have 1, 2, 3, 4 ability for just 1 red and 1 white. A pretty awesome card. Yep, so let us know again what you think of this card in the comment section below. And next up we have our Disciple of Deceit. A 1/3 creature, human rogue for 1 blue and 1 black mana. With Inspired, whenever it is untapped, you may discard a non-land card. If you do, search your library for a card with the same converted mana cost as that card, review it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So yep, another inspired mechanics for the journey into the next set. This time we have our Disciple of Deceit. Basically, it's sort of your card cycling mechanics, but you can search your library for a card with the same mana cost as the card you discarded. So pretty nice tutoring ability, but again, I've said many times, inspired mechanics is kind of slow. So if you do not have anything to trigger inspired itself, it'll be extremely slow. Basically, it's a third turn tutor for 2 mana, meaning if you have no mechanics to trigger its inspire immediately, it is basically a 5th turn. Yeah, it's basically a 5th turn tutor, which is super late. Yeah, no. Yep, let us know again what you think of this card in the comment section below. I personally think this is too slow, but it is super flavorful. Next on, we have another common being spoiled, our Golden Hein. Our 2/1 elk for 1 generic and 1 green mana, and you can tap to add 1 green to your mana pool. So basically, it is our stallion for our Mystic Elf, a slightly bigger creature, slightly higher mana cost, and the same thing, you can add 1 green to your mana pool. So pretty nice card in addition to the mana ramp, not definitely nowhere near Sliven Caryatic. But yep, another mana ramping card for our green, definitely a good card in limited. So there you go, your Golden Hein, another elk card in the Magic. Next we have Harness by Force, our sorcery speed, 1 generic, 2 red. With Strife mechanic, it costs 2 generic and 1 red more to cast for each target beyond the first. You gain control of any number of target creatures until end of turn. Untap those creatures, they gain haste until end of turn. Yep, so this is basically our Act of Treason symmetry card. But what you can do is you can control more creatures other than just one with its Strife mechanics. And for this card, if you have the Battlefield Thaumaturge, is that what it's called? The last card that's being spoiled. Yep, Battlefield Thaumaturge, that allows you to have instant and sorcery spells cast 1 less to cast for each creature it targets. If you are targeting 2 creatures with Harness of Force, it will be a -2 for each creature it targets, if I'm not wrong. So yep, basically controlling 2 creatures will only cost you red, which is a 3 red mana. And yeah, super value. Yeah, so let us know again what you think of this card, Harness by Force. I think it is a pretty awesome card. Looking at its rarity, we know that it is definitely better than Act of Treason. And with Battlefield Thaumaturge in play, you can control 2 target creature for only 3 red mana. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I'm pretty bad at math when I'm doing commentary. So yeah, there you go, Harness by Force and the rest of the cards being spoiled today. And that's the end of our episode, a pretty long one. So again, as always, if you like the Spot channel, please do hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.